I came out of Oxenford Academy with high honours. Broad-shouldered lamperns more around here.
Boy, is my bubbles are ready to blow.
Stay with me a bit longer, Lady Daphne. Gods be bum-poked! You must hang on, milady! Stay with me a bit longer, Lady Daphne.
Le está hablando al árbol. Se escucha un sonido y una hacha clavada.
Gods be bum-poked! You must hang on, milady!
You, Jacob?
Heel, Moholt! Down! Who asks?
A witcher. Saw your notice.
Hold up. A witcher, you say? Like in Luis Herrera's Tales and Fables. Luckier than a green bleeding leprechaun I am. See, not a soul around believes this tree is Daphne, the cursed lady of legend. But you could lift the curse.
Bit too old to believe in bedtime stories, aren't you?
Want your chops busted, Witcher? How old I am, that is none of your poking concern.
Fair point. Not my business what you believe, either.
Ha! I'm content we see eye to eye.
So what makes you think there's a girl cursed inside the tree?
Well, I came out with my dog, Moholt, to cut her down. Axe in hand, a broad swing I took. The edge burrowed deep in her trunk, and bum-botch me if blood didn't spurt forth. My jaw dropped in the dirt, but right then I knew. Every jot of it in the tale of Daphne, Gareth, and the Witch of Lynxcrag.
Don't tell me. From Herrera's Tales and Fables.
You talking bet. Second edition. Amended in octavo. I know those tales by heart. My nan read them to put me to sleep.
Guess she read it cover to cover, colophon included. Got me curious, gotta admit. You really think the old tales are true?
Taking the weepy, are you? Do you think me balmy?
No, it's just these are dark, grim times. No room for knights pure of heart or happily ever afters. So I don't often run into folk like you.
Yes, true, the times are crud pie. But I see this as all the more reason to remember the tales. My gran would say, if you know not what to do, think to the chessboard knight and noble Alondra, and the path they would choose. She schooled me so thorough in it, I could not do otherwise, even if I wished to.
Let me take a look at the tree.
Careful now.
I swear I hear sobs in the rustling leaves. Actually does bleed. Looks like human blood too. And the bark resembles hypertrophic scars in places. Medallions humming like crazy. Intense magic at work here. Blood seeped from the direction of the tree, judging by the shape of the stain. Logger was making good time. Strange, though. Willow's isolated. No other trees near it.
And? Did you look at the tree close?
Actually does bleed. Pretty incredible. Looks wondrous.
Did I not say so?
My help doesn't come free, you know.
You speak to a lowly woodcutter. No stench of coin about me. Lower, you must go lower. Willing I am to pay, but I've not near that much. Agreed. I will pay as soon as the young mate is free.
Willing to help, but first I gotta figure out where to start.
No need. I know it all. Miss Daphne and Sir Gareth shared a terrible and fearsome love for each other. Yet to prove himself worthy of her hint, Gareth was to face the Witch of Link's Crag. Before Sir Gareth set off for the hill, Miss Daphne gave him her kerchief, a token of her favor.
Let me guess, he never returned.
He did not. She stood here, day upon day, night upon night, trying to spy him.
Till she sprouted roots and turned into a tree? Wonder why.
I will fecking tell you why. To await the moment when Gareth returns, kerchief in hand. That is the power of love. The power of longing. So you must scale Link's Crag. Search there for a means to free Daphne. I will give you my book of tales to refer to. And good luck, Witcher.
Que me dio cuentos y fábulas. Tengo que ir ahí a la cabaña que está ahí, que está la bruja. Ahí, a ver. Yo creo que el camino nos lleva acá. En realidad no sé, porque no figura en el mapa. Ah, pero si lo tengo marcado. Ah, esto. Vamos con sardinilla.
Faster.
Una
Not
partida.
attacking. Doesn't mean it's not a threat, though.
A ver, lo salvo. Qué raro que no me ataca, ¿no? Porque ahí, por ejemplo, hay lobos. Eso me atacaría. Hay una cueva ahí. Abajo nuestro hay una cueva. Esta música me hace acordar a las brujas del Senegal. Las brujas de Belén. No atacan.
A hut. The witches.
Como cuando iba a donde estaban las moiras. Tenían esa música.
Hut looks inhabited. No sign of the dweller, though. Guess I'll look around. Warm. Smells inconclusive. No idea what ingredients are in there. Notes on the use of yarrow stems. Interesting. Liber Yvonis. Conclave of Mages banned this tome. Bones ground into dust. Wormwood. Sulfur. Wort. Scents fresh. A wall of spell enhancements, or trophies. Arrow, broken in half. No doubt to bring bad luck to the archer. Branch of a grapevine. Could be to ensure a good harvest, or a bad one. Doll looks like an accessory for casting curses. Silk kerchief, monogrammed DF. Could use it to break the curse if it's Daphne's.
None but feral cats stray in here most oft, yet it seems I've guessed from afar at that. What do you seek in my home?
Already found it.
You do not aim to lift the curse from the tree, girl, do you?
What if I do?
Then you had best know you waste your time. The old tales? Did your Nan not tell them to you? Even I, the witch of Link's Crag, would be hard-pressed to overcome the power of love and longing.
The Lady's Knight. You ever make it here?
Sir Gareth. Yes. He came to sway me, but had a quick change of heart. To be precise, it came after the first night we spent together. He stayed a fair while. Then his conscience got the better of him, and he resolved to return to his beloved.
Might have resolved to, but never made it.
A tragic fate befell him along the way.
You have anything to do with this turn of fate?
Of course. Was I to let another woman have a man who belonged to me? I could not abide it.
if I asked you nicely to lift the curse, please?
Gareth met the fate he deserved. And what happened to his watch was not my fault.
All right, so you didn't cast the curse, but could you help lift it?
I probably could. But why ever would I?
No, no me voy a postrar.
I'll handle the curse myself, without your help.
Go right ahead. I wish you luck.
Letting me go, just like that?
I could not have devised a better ending for this little tale. Our visit is done. Adieu. For never shall we meet again.
Que en realidad el tipo también se enamoró de ella. Está bien, ella le hizo algo, pero... Vamos a ver antes de...
Storm, damn it.
Antes de volver voy a ver la curva esa, ¿no? Esta. Hay kikimoras acá. Ah, acá, mirá.
A knight's plate armor and some bones. Gareth's remains. These them. Wonder why the armor came apart. Magic? Or he just fall from a height?
Ahí está, ahí encontré el cuerpo. Miren los lobos, vámonos.
Come on!
So? You met the witch. You must have. What did you learn?
That witch? She's not near as bad as folks say. Made me bow and scrape, sure. But I know some sorceresses witchier than her.
Joyous bleeding news, but what about Daphne?
I can lift the curse, free her, by performing a ritual, making a sacrifice of her kerchief and Gareth's remains. But we gotta start at the right time. When the hour comes, I'll light 4 fires for the 4 winds, then begin the ritual.
Fires? Then I shall be of use to you after all. Seems you need wood, much of it.
Chop as much as you can. I'll see to the rest.
I've chopped and stacked the wood. What now?
My turn. Gotta light fires and talk to the woman enchanted in the tree. No idea how this'll turn out, so just in case, stand at a distance. And if you see me draw my sword, run. Look your last to the world's 4 winds. From the south, not a word. From the east, no cry is heard. From the north, silence sighs. From the west, peer hollow eyes. Cease your vigil. Dead he lies. Hear me, you who hide beneath this bark. Recall today who you really are. Behold a kerchief, proof of your love for another. Behold, a bone of he to whom you offered your love.
Gareth, my Gareth, he shall never return.
No, he won't.
Is his love for me gone? Did he stay true?
Vamos a decirle la verdad.
Gareth broke his vow, failed to stay faithful.
Man is built of mud and filth, milady, and is like to blunder, we all are.
How cruel is the world to render conferring one's love so hard?
But what would the world be without love?
The time comes that I depart. I've waited too long. I've suffered too much. And now I wish to go.
Farewell, milady.
I thank you, stranger. And you, my knight. I thank you for speaking to me, for standing vigil at my feet.
I did not think it would end this way. I hoped we could revive her, but I guess it was not to be.
Desconozco los finales de esta misión.
did all we could.
You did well. Here, your pay. And the book is yours as well.
Thanks. Take care of yourself.
So long, Witcher. I must think. Put this straight in my head.
Bueno, después ya tenemos misiones más. Ah, la del retrato. Este que me tienen que sacar la foto. Ah, es en el mismo palacio. Capaz que me regala un cuadro y lo puedo poner en la casa.
Run, Roach.
Ah, y la misión, un relato... ¿Cómo era? Obsesión de caballero. Te lo puedes encontrar acá al... No me acuerdo dónde está, está por acá. Está con Vivienne. Creo que se llamaba Guillermo, ¿no? Y le preguntás... Porque... Yo le pasé la maldición a él. Supuestamente no le pasó nada, pero algo sí. Pero es algo minúsculo. A ver si lo encuentro.
Keep calm. Start no brawls.
Tiene que estar por acá, me parece. Igual no sé si que sea de noche afecta. Por alguno de estos balcones está. Ah, pero no los veo.
All work and no play, right, Witcher?
Qué guapo ahora, cómo se ven las ventanas. No los veo, andan por acá, pero no me acuerdo. Igual le preguntás si te dicen, hay un pequeño diálogo, tampoco no es. Es que es importante.
Long live Duquesa Anna Henrietta. Stop, send the whip, await those running riot.
No, acá tampoco lo veo.
The light is inopportune at the moment. Could you return around noon?
Al mediodía. Serían las 12, ¿verdad?
A tip of the hat to the Tourney's victim.
The light is
Ahí está.
I'm here.
Let us go. We should arrive in time to have the best light of the day. The chiaroscuro we shall capture. Just glorious.
Let's go. The things I do for art.
We had best ride there. We'll arrive faster and less fatigued. A work of mine, turtle dove o'er the heath, hangs in the ducal palace.
So does a cockatrice I cut down once. It's stuffed, maybe even with heather.
I once had a cockatrice feather brush. Best thing for laying down tempera. I no longer have it, sadly. My blasted cat swiped it.
Why would a cat want a brush?
To paint with, of course. And it was no common brush. Fantastic, as I said, and fantastically expensive.
Hang on. Got a cat that paints?
Yeah, if you care to call it that. He merely copies the works of his betters, and poorly at that.
Your cat?
Yes, Pierre Auguste Moustachois. It's no surprise you've not heard of him. He's a second-rate hack and a thief. We'll continue on foot. Ladies, gentlemen, my lieges, forgive me for being forward, but have you perchance seen a set of paints and brushes nearby?
Eugenie, I believe this peasant wants something from us.
My paints, my brushes, I had prepared them. They were here.
We've not seen any journeyman's tools, my good man. Of that I assure you.
There a problem?
Yes, an immense one. I cannot possibly paint without my paints. I'm done for. Unless you would be kind enough to locate them?
Wouldn't happen to have another set with you? And, nothing you could use instead?
My word. Would you really have me scrawl with charcoal like an animal?
Damn it. Sure you left them here?
Yes, right there. I'd prepared everything. Set it out. Ordered and organized.
Might have toppled downhill or something. Fine. I'll take a look around.
I think it is life that imitates art, and not vice versa.
Right you are, Fingal. Take Baron de Cordel for one.
Oh yes, that nose. He actually had a mage enlarge it after he saw that the Rev Courage play.
And now he's begun courting his cousin.
Spilled paint. Reeks to high heavens of turpentine. Footprints. Smudged. Footprints. Clear, but curiously small.
¿Ya había venido a esta cueva?
Another stain. Could very well be a lead. Neckers? Like they made all the paints. Question is, why?
Mira, tiene las 10 cargas la espada. Se llevaron la pintura a los Necker.
Empty container. Major can't use this.
¿Qué estaban pintando? Mirá. ¿Y esto?
Cave paintings. This here looks a bit like a Necker. Big blobs, what? A troll? Neckers depicting their victory over some trolls? That even possible? Necker propaganda?
Pusieron a pintar los Neckers.
Paints. Don't look ruined. Painter should still be able to use them.
Found your things. Splendid. Where were they? And... is this all you found? I left so much more.
Should have kept it all with you, not left it lying around. Followed some paint tracks to a Necker lair. Seems the beast's made off with your supplies. Used it to paint a fresco on one of the cave walls. Looked something like a battle scene to me.
Impossible. They splashed paint on the wall in a rage. Unimportant. In any case, it's a good thing you found the basic colors. Shall we? While waiting, I spied a superior spot.
Otra vez, caballo.
We have had fantastic luck with the weather. The light is perfect, absolutely perfect.
Painting this masterpiece gonna take long?
A mere 6 hours. The sun won't allow us to work any longer than that. Oh, but the time will fly by. We'll chat, swap tales.
Better yet, let me down a potion. Time will definitely fly by in a state of lethargy. No need to swap tales.
No. Your expression, your posture, they must be just so. You must look alive with fire in your gaze. Lethargy is out of the question.
Come on, give it some thought. You could title the painting, A Witcher Lying Senselessly on the Heath.
You jest. A jesting witcher.
Whoa there, Roach. This the place?
Yes. Just look at the view. Breathtaking. The perfect background for our masterpiece.
Pretty, I guess.
Now, you must carefully consider in what pose you wish to be immortalized.
All right. Considering.
All is ready. We may begin. Have you decided on the pose you'd like to adopt?
¿Qué posición vamos a poner?
Maybe I could just stand, sword in hand.
Ah, splendid! A heroic pose, of course. The bold warrior, his sword held aloft, ready to run at well, that willow over there. I will paint in a griffin later. Shall I begin? Or would you prefer to adopt another pose?
Sí, vamos así.
Go ahead.
Now, be so kind as to adopt that look you gave me when I first asked you to work with me. That intense scowl of an angry wild ram about to butt heads. Yes, excellent. Now, hold that. Do not budge.
This gonna take much longer?
Not much at all. We'll run out of daylight soon. Please, keep your head still, in the same position.
Fine, I'll try. I'll also try to remember to never trust a painter again.
Griffin!
Yeah, I know. You'll paint one in later.
Gods! A griffin!
Run and hide!
Dearest mommy!
Esto se la contaron.
Is it safe?
Yeah, come on out. And no wonder no one ever came here. It was a griffin's hunting ground.
Oh, that thing scared me to death!
Not quite to death. You are alive. Not least because you chose a witcher to sit for you. How's the painting? It survived too?
It did. But I cannot show it to you now. I never display unfinished work. You can see it tomorrow, after midday, where we met. I shall display it in the market square. Oof, monstrous beast. Shall we immortalize it in the painting?
Sí, bueno.
Yeah, let's add it. Carcass can serve as your prop.
Splendid! Interesting color palette. And the textures and the proportions. It will do. Yes, it will do. But I shall paint it in later, in my atelier. There's an excellent illustration in the Encyclopedia Maxima Mundi. I fear this specimen is, well, too far cut and chopped. Ah, very well. That will do for now. I shall polish the details later. No point struggling on in this fading light. Ah, I almost forgot. Payment for your troubles. And I thank you for saving my life. Though, in doing so, you did also save your likeness. For posterity.
Ah, le saca la cabeza. Tenemos tres cabezas de grifo tenemos. Voy a dejar esta que queda copado este, y hace lo mismo. Espero un día, tengo que ir a ver el cuadro. Esta misión también tiene que ver con eso de... ¿Cómo se llama? Con las virtudes caballerescas por el tema de conseguir la espada de plata, la Erendire. A ver, vamos a leer. Hay que hacer una cosa para que te den la... No me acuerdo qué virtud te dan. Hay de todo acá. Mira, arañas, no sabía que había acá.
Eat, drink, and loosen your belts. Ow!
That hippo of yours.
The Duchess summoned him.
I would hate to come off as impertinent, but was it
Nice
not-
tune. Greetings.
Geralt, there you are. So, our painting. Are you pleased? Is it to your liking? Do tell.
Not exactly what I imagined. I believe I posed with all my clothes on. Clearly remember that, in fact. Some other details are off, too.
Invalid as a criticism. I depicted you in a more flattering state. The painting has drawn crowds, aroused a great deal of interest.
Can see that. Anyway, some advice for the future. Warn your subjects about your intentions. Your next model might not be so forgiving.
You don't like it. I'm hurt. Perhaps you'd care to buy the painting. Given our rapport, I shall take a loss. For you, I'll part with it, I will, at a special price.
Ves, el cuadro es caro, pero lo que hay que hacer si se lo compramos, cumplimos una de las virtudes, que no sé cuál será. Generosidad, supongo. No sé.
Why not? It'll make an interesting memento. Though I'd hardly call the price a bargain.
Indeed. Few have the sophistication to appreciate my technique. I sometimes go hungry as a consequence.
All right. At least this way I'll be able to control who sees it. Thanks.
The Duchess summoned him. I wonder what for.
Este es el blasón que tenía. Bueno, vamos a hacer esa, después hago los contratos. Y después tenemos que hacer... ¿por qué? Ah, sí, hay que hacer eso también. Después tengo que hacer las de... el conjunto de brujos, porque nos lleva a lugares que hay muchos enemigos. Porque no sé si voy a llegar a nivel 48, parece. Parece que no. Con las principales se sube mucho. Pero no sé si empezar a hacer las principales ahora. Bueno, esto ya le saco la marca porque ya lo estoy haciendo. Este cartel ya lo habíamos visto. Terror blanco.
Man, bled to death. Big beast inflicted these wounds. Clear from the claw marks. Must have a toothy smile, too, judging by what ripped his throat open. Blood of the fresh variety. Monster attack was recent. Scale. Colors unusual. Silver? Never seen one like this. Signs of a fight. Paw prints, beastly ones, that's clear. Just on this spot, though. Aerial attack. Must have been. Draconid. Gotta be. Maybe a basilisk? Except these prints don't belong to any variety I know. Just a little different. Area's dangerous. I'd say there's a basilisk nesting around here. You'd be wise to remain at some distance.
Yes, I'm familiar with the matter, and quite proud to say a basilisk does nest here. I look after it personally.
Look after it? It's not exactly a pet. Beasts murdering folk who come through here.
Just a minute. It does not murder those who do not trespass upon its territory.
You post those warnings?
Indeed, to prevent anyone from coming to any harm.
Well, a lot of good they did. Got a freshly mangled corpse right here.
Most likely a merchant, the poor bloke. Just today, I learned 2 traders had chosen this route despite the signs. I came as quick as I could to warn them. Too late, alas. I've instructed my servants. They shall take the body, return it to the family with a generous sum as recompense.
Pay the victim's family's compensation? Why?
These lands have been my family's for decades, granted to us by Duchess Ademarta. Beyond them, the basilisk ventures not, hunts not, it does not kill or destroy. Provided it is not provoked. Yet if it does destroy, if it kills, I compensate all for the loss, from my own coffers.
Your coffers? Got a store of sons and husbands in there to compensate for those shredded by your beast?
Naturally, I cannot revive the dead, but I do make generous restitution to their loved ones. Just last summer, I paid a leather tooler's widow 800 crowns. This unfortunate merchant's family, to be duly indemnified as well.
Claim this to be the last surviving basilisk? How do you figure?
The last of this subspecies. Their population was much larger at one time, see? Before the beech forests were felled.
Mean to suggest a direct correlation between beechwood forest density and basilisk populations?
Indirect, I prefer to contend. Beechwood forests are the chief habitat of roe deer, you see. In turn, a staple of the basilisk diet. When roe deer grew scarce, basilisks made humans their staple food. Enter the witchers. And thus, we've come to this one last specimen. It's a female. As recently as last year, we still had 2. But Jocast's mate passed on, alas.
Jocast?
Should she not have a name? My father dubbed her in honor of my dear departed mother. Jocast was brooding then. 2 eggs. That she cast from her nest, alas, when the male perished.
Who exactly are you? And how'd you develop such an interest in the beast?
Count Borges. Happy to be of service. As to the beast, well, this subspecies is our dynastic symbol. The Disalfareses have for centuries signed with the Regulus Platinum. As family legend has it, a female of the species rescued an ancestor, a boy at the time, from a burning building. She took the tyke back to her nest, where she fed him as if he were one of her own youngsters.
Malarkey.
To be sure. But beautiful malarkey it is.
Where's the basilisk nesting? Any idea?
Of course I've an idea. But you don't really expect me to tell you. Those are not toy swords. I know your intentions.
Find it myself then. Easy to track with its distinct paw prints. Mentioned 2 merchants, so I might also look for the other corpse.
Basilisco plateado.
Strange. These burn marks. Beast's venom make them? Subspecies must be highly toxic.
It is so indeed. A wound from a sterling basilisk festers long.
Need to brew a potion that'll neutralize that. Busted barrels. Contents spilled all over. Must have been tannin in there. Used to treat leather. Beast smashed the barrels. That's how the scent got on the scale.
Yokoko is so very curious. Strong scents especially intrigue her. The barrels, they must have drawn her in. Drawn her to the caravan.
Busted barrels slimed with venom. Hallmarks of an attack. Basilisk must have caught the second victim here. Anyway, got 2 scents. Venom and tannin. Ought to be enough to track the beast.
Why track her at all? Your caste is protected. Her death would forever destabilize the ecosystem. Who knows what would happen? I see unforeseeable consequences down the line. Simply refrain from provoking her. Harm her not, and she too will leave you untouched. I've long suspected they do it on purpose. Scent their goods. They seek to lure the basilisk to destroy their wares. It allows them to demand compensation from their assurers.
Una conspiración.
Odors dispersed. Seems to be everywhere. Basilisk must be high in the sky. Bloodstains. Clear as day. Sense perceptible again. Just as I expected. Second victim, but relatively unscathed. Basilisk must have been dragging him back to its nest for later. Dropped him for some reason. Wonder why. Hear something, but it's no basilisk screech. Human voices.
Not about to roost at its nest with warriors on the prowl after it.
Yamo, Harry, prepare the equipment. Beast wandered off somewheres. We got to lure it back. And who might you be?
Funny. About to ask you the same.
They call us the Reavers.
Reavers? Wouldn't happen to hail from Crinfrid, would you?
Aye, we do. But how's it you know? And again, who the hell are you?
Geralt of Rivia. I'm a witcher. Know your brethren in arms. Bohold, Kenneton Desperate, New Boy too.
Ah, you're that witcher. Aye, Bohold mentioned you. Said you swing a mean sword.
A professional. Good you came along. Could take on the brute together. Talk is the venom's something horrifying. Could use another pair of hands. Fee what we've gotten from the guild. We'll share it fair and square. You in?
Gentlemen, this hurts my ears and pains my heart. You aim to kill your caste? It cannot be. The creature is protected.
If you fear to lose the guild's reward, I shall repay it, and reward you doubly to leave the beast be. You cannot slay the last living specimen of a near-extinct subspecies.
Willing to pay, are you? Long as we do nothing? That's rather novel. What say you to that, master? Far as I know, beasts culled the human race by 5 already.
Basilisk lives for now. We're not gonna kill it.
A witcher defending a beast. Ever seen that, lads? You like them peaches?
Ah, no scrapping with filth today, it seems. But, you made some mention of coin, as I recall.
I did indeed. And the word once given...
Your share, Witcher.
Easiest job I've ever done. Godspeed, Witcher. Strange working with you. Strange, but nice.
Godspeed, boys.
You spared your cust. I thank you. And be assured, I'll take great care she not dine on any other souls.
Gotta try harder. Figure out a way to keep folk out of this area.
That I shall do. Master, you must accept more, be it a symbolic sum. Had you not come along, the Reefers would surely have slain my Yokast.
Thanks.
Yokast has flown her nest.
Must have sensed a threat. Likely to return eventually, though.
She'll return. Always does. I suspect I might even know where she's gone. I tracked her away and believe she might have found a new mate. It's an ordinary basilisk, not a silvery one. But something might come of it. Who knows? Yokast could lay new eggs. Perhaps produce an entirely new crossbreed.
Sure hope not. Take care.
Bueno, pasé 44. Tenemos los contratos. Y podría ser un poquito la principal, a ver si llego a 48, pero veré, porque no sé si... No quiero avanzar mucho tampoco. Por lo menos si voy acá con Regi me va a contar todo, todavía es el... Supongo que es el comienzo, ¿no? Pues ya quiero tener la... Quiero tener la espada, la de acero, la buena, antes de empezar a limpiar todo y hacer... Limpiar los... Este lo hice porque conseguí la armadura del gato, pero después hay otros fuertes también. Muy poderosos, aunque hay muchos soldados, y ahí necesito una... Con una buena espada de plata. Digo, espada de acero. Espada de acero. La de plata ya la tengo. Ah, y ya tengo ya tengo los 5 puntos. A ver qué me voy a mejorar. Ah, ese es malísimo. Al principio del combate era... Pero todas tengo que usar un mutágeno rojo, mirá. Son malísimos estos de acá. Hay una que dice que... hay gente que dice que esta está buena también. Aparte, y para la de... Para la build de Henry Cavill usan esta. Para la build con la armadura de la de lobo blanco antiguo. Esta dicen que está buena. Aplicar efectos críticos a los enemigos activa un extracto aleatorio durante... 120 segundos. O sea, 2 minutos. Está bien, pero no te aumenta la toxicidad. El número máximo de extractos que puede activar simultáneamente por la mutilación es 5. O sea, con esto es, vos te tomas 3 extractos y podés tener 5 más. Son aleatorios. Y los sentidos de brujo te ayudan a mejor. Hay gente que dice que esta está buena, pero para mí esta, por más que la hayan bufeado, es buenísima Euforia. Y esta lo que tiene es eso, que son aleatorios los extractos. Igual duran poco, 120. Yo pensé que duraban todos media hora. Y este es como que te da una segunda vida. Cuando morís, revivís. Pero son re truchos estos, la verdad. Que serían como... Tendrían que ser más potentes estos. Bueno, podría poner acá. Vamos a poner este porque así después me activo este, pero no lo voy a usar igual. Bueno, después necesito 5 puntos más. No creo que llegue a desbloquear este, ¿no? Bueno, otro más sí, porque sería nivel 44. Creo que el máximo es nivel 53. Que se llega en la partida. Y ya encontré 2 lugares de poder. Yo supongo que deben haber 5, o sea, me quedan 3 puntos. Bueno, 2 más podría ponerle.
Come on.
Estamos bastante lejos igual. Bueno, me voy con este.
Whoa there, Roach.
Pará, sí, esta es una... Es el... Hay un alquimista ahí. Que es el de una misión que ya la hice. Esta me parece que era la de la mujer que... Él le prometió que le iba a traer la cabeza a un monstruo y no hace 15 días que no aparece. Tenemos que ir a ver qué está pasando. No, por el otro lado.
Giddy up.
qué hay. Ah, pará. Ahí se escucha algo.
Rusty armor. All the remains of the last thrill seeker to make it out here. Bones. Human. Hollow inside. Marrow's been sucked out.
Halt, Master. A beast lurks in there.
Right. Expected as much, 'cause I...
Shh! Quiet, before you wake it. Come, I've camped nearby. We shall talk there. What do they call you? What's your crest? Speak!
Ravis de 4 cuernos.
Ravix of Fourhorn. My crest shows a maiden sitting astride a... striding bear. So, now that we've had our night-to-night chat, Francois Le Goff, I presume. Your betrothed sent me. See, you've been gone a while, so you've got her worried.
Well, indeed, for Grotore is a most fearsome beast. I must prepare properly for battle.
Takes 2 weeks, that?
I have tarried a bit, true, but the delay is done. My word I gave, thus the beast shall die.
Wouldn't happen to need any help, would you?
I don't know. After all, I did swear a solemn oath to...
Deposit the beast's head at your beloved's feet. No mention of you killing it all by yourself, though.
All in all, I suppose you're right. We must fight side by side, then. For honor!
Ah, se va con todo, hecho. Se va con todo porque aparecí yo, si no. A ver cómo tengo las espadas. Están bastante bien. Voy a usar estas cositas. Ahora el chabón ya se entró a la cueva y todo.
Strange. No sign of Grotore.
Perhaps we should turn back? If there's no beast, there's no beast. Damn shame, but we tried.
Not so fast. Let's take a look around.
Cavernoso se llama.
Impressive. You'd think you were in a winter garden. Bones. Small skull. Fontanelle's not completely closed. An infant. About a year, maybe.
They speak the truth about the villages. Grotore consumes babes.
Se trae bebés.
Various sundries, some tools. Gretori must have taken them from its victims.
Se escucha como un latido, ¿no?
Cradle filled with children's shoes. Doubt I've ever seen a collection this grotesque.
Están todos los críos que se comieron.
Seems the brute is not here. We cannot change this.
Cavernoso, a ver. ¿Qué son estos? No, espectro no creo que sea. Constructos. Bestias tampoco. Híbridos. Insectoides, malditos. No. Ogroides. Relictos. Ahí está. Aceite para relictos.
Desist.
Vamos a quemar las plantas. Me voy a poner aceite para relicto. Viejo parece.
By my troth, the damned brute was sturdy. I'm grateful, Witcher. You aided me greatly.
Why the challenge? Couldn't have gone after something less formidable? A werebub, for instance?
Why? For the beast must match in ferocity the very ardor of my affection, and...
You're blushing, Sir Knight.
Oh, it's my betrothed. The thing is, she champs at the bit to get married when we've not known one another but 2 years. So I vowed to slay Grottori. Thought it would buy me time to battle such a beast. Why, it could take months.
Especially at the rate you were going. High time you returned to Beauclair, brave knight.
Nay, oh, nay. The head of this beast is a trifle, wholly inadequate to express the love I harbor for my betrothed. The world awaits. To honor her, I shall cut down another, more terrible beast.
Coge la maldita cabeza. Ah, no me lo quedo yo.
Must have really cold feet. Frozen. Can't say I see it happening, your success. But do what you will, and good luck.
My thanks, Master. To fight at your side was an honor.
Ah, no terminó esto todavía. Ah, debe tener sardinilla. ¿Qué hace este? No. Vamos a poner el que estaba.
Come on.
All work and no play, right, Witcher?
Let's go.
Me marca, güey. Cualquier cosa me marca. Tengo que ir por ese puente.
Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta! Keep calm. Start no brawls.
see her illustrious grace summon such a
Guess champion.
I would hate to come off as
A ver, un viaje rápido. Y bueno, vamos a este. Ah, no, no es difícil. Para llegar a ese no es difícil.
That's it, Roach.
Such are the times, my good fellow.
Ah! Ooh!
Can you believe?
Good news. You're betrothed.
He's my betrothed no more.
What?
He was just here, just departed. Having made a new vow, this time to fetch me a striped horse from Zerrikania.
Well, at least he chose something he stands to accomplish on his own. Quite the trek, though.
Precisely. I told him I require no more proof. Let us make haste to the temple. He began hemming and hawing, babbling about honor and whatnot. Ugh. Tell me, Master Witcher, are all men swine?
Not all. A few exceptions out there.
Ugh. Perhaps in your distant Rivia. But what care have you for my heart's woes? Your reward, as I vowed. And advice, should you ever find yourself a lady Witcher. Be truthful with her to save the world some grief.
Bueno, el otro contrato. Acá habíamos ido, pero no había pasado por ahí.
Collapsed building. Foundations probably caved in. Literally undermined.
Come evening, I'm off to the bells, quick as a flash. Those girls can't wait to see me.
¿Y esto?
Calm down or you'll taste the back of my hand. Come evening, I'm off to the bells, quick as a flash. Those girls can't wait to see me.
Whatever beast the Witcher was hunting, doesn't seem like he killed it. Gotta keep my eyes peeled.
A ver dónde me llevan los otros. Bueno, voy a seguir con la misión. Esta. Tengo que ir a ver al tipo. Si no, después me meto ahí para... Acá. Ah, debe ser el signo de admiración este. De interrogación.
I've sweat dripping down my bum.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah? What is it?
Now, why does one summon a witcher, To inquire about the gossip currently flowing about the court? I have a problem with a beast.
Ah, you the one posted the notice? Go on then, spit it out. What's it about?
First, my dear Witcher, we must establish ground rules. Given the vast difference in our respective social positions, I'm sorry to say I take umbrage at the familiar tone you take. I expect deference. I expect you to address me as Sir, or better yet, as Monsieur de Bourbeau.
Fine. Monsieur de Bourbeau.
The emphasis falls on the last syllable. Bourbeau?
Mm-hmm. See, now I'd rather emphasize something else. Tell me what this is about, monsieur, or I'll change my mind and go.
Naughtlings and their manners. Very well. Let us get this over with. Something has infested my vineyard.
Mm-hmm. Great. Let me go prepare my something oil then.
I beg your pardon?
Need more information than that. Where was this something seen? Any witnesses? Bodies to examine?
Therein lies the rub. None has seen the beast. We've only heard signs of its presence, a strange scratching and shrieks. Neither are there any corpses to inspect. Men simply disappear without a trace.
Noises you mentioned. Where do they come from?
Well, everywhere. But they're most clearly audible in the wine cellar.
Means the monster must dwell underground. When are the noises loudest?
In the night, just as they were years ago, when the buildings quaked. Another expert agreed to look into the matter then, but was never thereafter seen nor heard of.
Who's disappeared, if you don't mind my asking?
Most recently some farmhand, I believe.
Despite the vast difference in your social statuses, do you perchance remember the farmhand's name, monsieur?
No. You must speak to my wife. She has more collegial relations with this household help. She's away at the moment visiting her mother, but should return forthwith. Oh, that should suffice with the questions. Now tell me, will you take the contract? Yea or nay?
Depends. What kind of reward are we talking about?
Fine. Seems I must take the loss. Agreed.
Fine, I'll do it. Need to look around here first. Then I'll want to talk to Madame de Bourbeau.
Very well. I shall inform you once she has returned. Meanwhile, the key to the cellar. Just... whatever you do, please do not disturb the wine barrels.
Come evening, I'm off to the bells, quick as a flash. Those girls can't wait to see me.
Ah, y otra cosa que tiene este DLC, que todas las cuevas no necesité tomar la poción del gato, se ve bien.
It's quiet. Guess the monster actually is nocturnal.
Más allá que
Gotta
esto,
wait till dark.
más allá que esto es una bodega, que bueno, acá hay velas, pero he entrado a cuevas y se ve bastante bien.
Alright, let's look around. Shattered dishes. Got knocked off the shelf somehow. Shaken off, maybe? What the... Better.
No, ¿para qué se pone eso? ¿Qué tenía acá? Esto. Ah, se me acabaron los virotes. Vamos a poner esto entonces. Hikimura.
Kikimuras? Goes on and on in this tunnel.
Por acá puedo subir. Voy a esperar que se me baje un poquito la toxicidad, así me tomo un búho real. A ver si me lo puedo tomar. Sí.
Should be able to break through.
Bueno, ahí hay una pared para avanzar. ¿Qué pasa si voy por el otro lado? Acá no hay nada. Acá, ¿eh? Casi 10.000 de daño le hice con un solo golpe. Y eso que estoy agarrando todas esas pepitas de oro, no sé qué, a ver. Estos son los tintes. Ah, pero esto es alquimia. ¿Cuál era para...? Todo eso que estoy agarrando, Ah, capaz que si lo desmantelo, todo eso me da algo. Hay que desmantelar. Bueno, esto era como un camino alternativo, pero que solamente tenía bichos.
Getting away. Should destroy them before the young hatch. Start prowling the vineyard. Damn it. Young could hatch any minute. No Kikimore dug this. Tunnels are the work of something much bigger. Something with heavy, wide claws.
O sea, esto no termina acá.
Cracked Kikimore eggs. Something's been feeding on them.
Destruye los huevos. A ver, para. Y ya está, ya lo destruí los huevos.
Last one.
Bueno, ahora sí.
Water coursing. Underground stream. Monster I'm looking for lives underground, digs tunnels, feeds on Kikimores. It is big. Very big. Won't learn anything else here. Time to go back to the surface.
¿Qué está pasando ahí arriba, no?
Sacre bleu!
What is the meaning of this? I'm paying you to slay a monster, not demolish my property.
Property's falling apart on its own, what with all the tunnels under it. I'd fill those in soon if you don't want your building to collapse.
Tunnels? Fiddle my thumb, how did tunnels appear down there?
Something dug 'em. A large creature. Also killed a few Kikimores down there and destroyed their eggs. Consider it a half favor. Won't cost you much.
Kikimore eggs. Yes, of course, good work. Indeed, a reward is due.
Madame de Bourbeau, I presume? Here you know something about the missing farmhand.
Jean-Luc? Yes. We went to examine this year's seedlings. Something had been nibbling at them. Then we heard these odd noises. Jean-Luc went to reconnoiter and never returned.
Where'd you last see Jean-Luc, madame? Exactly.
In the fields, north of here, by the wood.
New seedlings there? I was under the distinct impression we had planted them all on the south slope.
Almost all, my dear. I requested that some be planted to the north, by the grove. Just the remainders.
Madame, could you describe Jean-Luc?
Tall, exceedingly well built. Hair black as pitch.
Dear, concentrate. There is not a peasant that is not well built. They work in the fields all day. He means scars, birthmarks, that sort of thing.
Then none, I suppose. But he did wear a pendant around his neck. A silver one.
Silver jewelry on a farmhand?
It was a gift, I believe. Or that is what he claimed.
Should be enough to go on.
Then what are you fritting round here for? Get to work.
Please,
Perhaps
find
I can turn
Jean-Luc.
these tunnels into an extended cellar. Guess that's a champion.
You'll frighten me, kiddies.
Bread's really stale. Been here a while. Blanket was laid out here. It's clearing up. Good vintage. Must have been a special occasion. Someone had a picnic. Or something. Footprints. 2 sets.
Para una fue para un lado y el otro fue para el otro.
Man man's footprints lead here. Blood. Human. Tracks split. Woman turned back here. Man kept going.
Ah, la mujer es la que volvió.
Trail ends here. Looks like she went back to the manor.
La mujer llegó a la finca y el chabón, a ver. El tío siguió.
Something walked through here. Big bastard with a heavy tail.
Acá termina la espesa del tipo, parece esta del monstruo este.
Felled trees, as if something rolled over them. So is Shalmar. Only they dig tunnels and move like that. Large, deep tracks.
¿Qué hay allá? Figuras. La voy a cargar.
No choice.
Son rapidísimas las Kikimora. Hostia.
Cave entrance. Let's see if this Witcher left any tracks to that cave.
¿Y acá qué hay? Aquí poderoso. Ah, sí, sí, acá hay equipo poderoso. ¿Y esto qué? Alto contrato este, ¿eh? Ya nos enfrentamos a Kikimoras, gusanos y el bicho pues es un Shelman, que es un oso de piedra. Esto será lo de la armadura del oso, ¿eh? Advertencia.
Left his school symbol on the wall. Clever. Gotta keep a lookout for more.
Ah, capaz que el brujo de la escuela del oso vino a hacer esto y murió. No pudo matar al chef. Ah, mira, ahí está el dibujito.
More symbols. Might want to look around some.
El Shelmar. Shelmar. Bueno, no sé cómo se llama.
Straight, dull, perfect for digging. Whoa, Shaelmar's close.
El Shelmar.
Droppings. Rust feeding are a delicacy to giant centipedes. Dead end. Except, looks like there might be something down there. Must be the corpse of the Witcher from the School of the Bear.
Ah, mirá. Murió acá el brujo.
He should have never taken this risk. Must have really wanted the armor. I can probably make really good use of these diagrams.
¿Qué? La de la escuela del oso ya está, entonces, a ver. Si me queda la del lobo, el grifo y la mantícora.
Rubs that feed on them are a delicacy to giant centipedes. Dead end.
Bueno, es un Shelmar, a ver, ¿eso qué es? Y tendría que estar acá porque es de piedra. Ah, pero ¿dónde están los golems? ¿Dónde están los golems? Obroides. No, tampoco está. Un relicto. Sí. Sí, los Shelmars. Aceite para relicto. Igual no creo que aparezca. Se va a escuchar eso. Vamos a tener que hacer algo, me parece, para que aparezca.
Shalmar's lair. Gotta be. Drags its victims here. Pretty fresh, some of them. Gonna have to brew some bait. Need the blood of a recent victim and some of the mushrooms that grow here.
El tinte rojo, yo estaba buscando el tinte rojo, al final lo encontré. Y ese debe ser el... Había algo ahí, debe ser lo que me pidió la mujer, ¿no? Tenía un collar de plata, decía. A ver, el tinte... ¿Cuántos tengo tinte rojo? Ah, bueno. Uno solo me falta. Voy a cambiar el color de la armadura. Me falta un ruedo. Ahora lo vamos a teñir. Recuerda que solo podrás cambiar el color de los objetos que pertenecen a un conjunto de equipo de brujo. Para usar la poción de priorización para comprobarlo cómo quedaría un objeto después de aplicarle un tinte, para ello selecciona el tinte y pulsa E y selecciona el objeto que... Puedes usar el descolorante en cualquier momento para... Ah, claro, me muestra cómo quedará sin aplicar. Los guantes nigardianos. Ah, los guantes nigardianos no se pueden. A ver cómo queda. Queda copado, ¿no? El negro cómo queda. Tengo uno solo. Claro, el negro lo que tiene es que la parte del medio... Ahora lo puedo girar. No queda bien negra, queda como azul. No sé por qué. Igual la parte del medio es como que es un poquito más clarita, pero acá cambia de color. A ver. Había una cosa acá. Che, no está más, había un objeto. Ahí. Ahí está.
Silver pendant. A lock of hair inside. Same color as Madame de Bourbeau's. Highly decayed, partly eaten. Been lying here a while. Fresh corpse. Must be Jean-Luc. Crushed ribs, cracked skull. Shalmar did this. No two ways about it.
Hay que preparar el cebo. Misiones.
Gotta spill it within the lair. Somewhere near an air current, so the scent spreads throughout the cave.
Ah, ya lo tengo listo.
Ugh, that stench. Shalemore will be here any minute.
De color rojo.
Come on, show me your claws.
Es de color rojo, quizá por eso encontramos el tinte rojo, ¿no? La receta. Hostia, son tremendos. Quizá por eso, ¿eh? Porque como el bicho rojo encontramos la receta de tinte. Para y recogimos todo, ¿no? Lo de... Sí. A ver. No, 5 de oro adicional. No, este era. Mirá, un bug. Ahora se me ve roja, pero no. Digo negra, como si fuera negra. ¿Ves? El latiño de negro se ve así, se ve lo del medio como azulado, no sé por qué. Por eso no me gustaba tenerla de negro. Me hubiera gustado el negro. Pero por lo menos otro color respeta más. Obviamente que lo del medio debe ser de otro material que lo de las mangas. Debe ser cuero y lo de la manga como tela. Tengo que explorar entonces la cueva esa que...
Let's go.
que rompí con la señal de AR.
I think I'm coming down with a fever.
Y a ver cómo quedaría el gris, a ver. El gris tampoco está mal. El amarillo.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flaunt its writ and rot in chains.
Está, ah, abajo está.
The wall. Fix it by the end of the day.
Están sellando todo. ¿Y dónde está la mujer? Para decirle que murió el tipo. La Madame Bubu.
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's
Bueno, vamos a
not
hablar del
heard of our
tipo.
wine?
Monsieur de Bourbeau, can we talk?
You'd best be bearing good news. Get on with it.
No, no le digo nada, no es asunto mío.
Got rid of the beast that was giving you trouble. It was a Shelmar.
Shelma? Whatever could that be?
Kinda like a cross between a mole and a caterpillar. Just big as a barn.
Uh-huh. Well, Master Witcher, you make a poor first impression, but ultimately proved your worth. There. Your reward.
As for Jean-Luc, afraid he's dead. Sorry.
Who? Oh, him. Trivial as losses go. I shall soon find another to take his place.
Right. After all, he is just a peasant. Not a monsieur de blah blue blah. So long.
Folks say some large
Keep calm. Start no brawls.
Ah, acá está, mira.
So, have you found him?
Found this.
Jean-Luc?
Sorry. Really, I am. Lock of hair inside. It's yours, isn't it?
Yes. Jean-Luc and I... Well, I'm certain you've pieced it together already. I thank you for your discretion, for avenging him. Please, it's terribly modest, I know, but You must take this reward. My husband is certain to be miserly with his gold. Now, if I may, I'd like to be alone.
Bueno, recibimos más recompensa todavía. Bueno, voy a ver ahí la marca que acá.
Long live Duquesa Anna Henrietta.
Ahí, este lugar entonces. Pero yo pensé que estaba relacionado con la misión esto, pero nada que ver, ¿no?
I've sweat dripping down my bum furrow.
Ah, esto es una bodega que se había... Por los temblores se cerró la entrada. Hay unos bichos ahí de verdad. Peor todavía. Apariciones. Ah, estos estaban acá y murieron. Pero igual me parece que lo voy a teñir de negro, porque ahora el negro me encanta. El rojo queda copado. Pero el negro siempre... Por más que quede la parte del medio más clarito. Tengo uno solo, ¿no? Negro. Tendré que preparar dos más, porque los guantes nigredo, bueno, tiene sentido por el nombre. Tengo que preparar dos más, necesito dos gaviotas blancas. Carbón, bueno, tiene sentido eso también, carbón. A ver, ah, claro, está bueno esto, ¿eh? Mira, pétalo. Está bueno porque tiene sentido, no es cualquier cosa. Vitróleo, arándalo, que es azul. En la antigüedad el azul era... prácticamente no existía, y cuando lo descubrieron era muy escaso producir el azul y era carísimo, y lo usaban la gente de los reyes, todo eso, tenían acceso al azul. Por eso siempre se pintaban los cuadros, a veces los pintaban como vestidos con túnicas azules, porque representaba poder adquisitivo, y por eso, por algo se le dice sangre azul también a los reyes, se le decía. Voy a poner el negro ahora.
I've a daughter. She's fit to wed. Oh,
so fit.
La capucha sí se pone bien negra. ¿Qué vamos a hacer ahora? Bueno, tenemos todo eso. Vamos a hacer un poco la principal. A ver si avanzo más rápido de nivel. Tengo que ir a ver a Regis. Eso que decía ahí no lo sabía. A la bruja sepulcral, si le hago contraataque le puedes cortar la lengua, no lo sabía. Tengo mucho esto. En un cementerio, bueno, es un vampiro.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Tiene sentido que esté en un cementerio. Un ghoul, mira, hay de todo acá. Metemos unas hostias tremendas. Cuando tenga la espada de acero, es buenísima la espada de acero. Mira, están arriba estos. ¿Qué son, lobos? No, blancos. Ah, mira. Ah, seguramente tenemos que entrar por ahí, ¿no? Va a estar cerrado, seguro.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Ahí está. O está durmiendo o está ocupado. Timoras. Bueno, por lo menos nadie va a venir a molestarlo. A Regi, está lleno de peligro.
Decaying bones. Kikimores must have tunneled into the grave. Kikimores. Fiddles are plenty around here. Kikimore eggs. Need to incinerate these to ash. Stench.
¿Cuánto me faltan? 3 niveles. Y podría avanzar un poquito a ver si... A ver hasta dónde podría avanzar. Pasar el trance. Sí, podría avanzar bastante. Voy a pasar varios niveles.
Nahal in his eye. Ought to use it. Interesting.
Ya, hay hasta ilusiones y todo acá. Una espada de reliquia. A ver. Ah, esta. Hay gente que dice que prefiere usar esta antes que la Arondire. Yo creo que no hay nada mejor que la Arondire. Es nivel 48. Tiene buenas estadísticas igual. Ah, esta es la que encontré. Es un poquito mejor. Perforante entre armaduras. Claro, esta le gana. Es mucho mejor que esta. Espada de acero de la guardia. Y esta está buena, pero la que yo me quiero hacer es mucho mejor, la de que es el mismo nombre, pero dice de acero de caballero de la guardia. Y tiene 300 antiarmadura, 75 bonificación e impacto crítico y 15% de impacto crítico. Aparte de eso, yo me encontré una con esa, la segunda vez. La que no sé entonces dónde me encontré esta, que esta está buena.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. And with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlar's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it. Just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlar was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlar's hideout.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlar. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Can't you just summon Dettlar? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlar. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlar's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Want to get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, but first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
A veces Geralt tiene buenos comentarios.
Got a new life, new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
Es que en realidad Geralt sufrió, todos los brujos. Vamos a decir que sí.
Sí, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer. To find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah. Not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
La verdad que no lo sé.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the Whites survived entirely unmolested.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the Whites' saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in... spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
La criatura moteada. ¿Qué será? Un maldito, ¿no? No. No, vampiro no creo que sea. Criatura moteada. Necrófago. Aceite para necrófagos. Un poco lejos, ¿no? A ver. Y bueno, ya que está, podría hacer esta misión, ¿eh? Antes de seguir con la... está bugueado otra vez.
Greetings.
Dress it. Bandages.
Pero mejor la de... A ver. Mejor la dejo todavía.
That's it, Roach.
Se me está acabando los extractos. Ah, acá están las boiras. Ahí está, ahora corre. Está bugueado, ¿no?
Bar guests. Never a good omen.
Estos son los perros fantasmas. Está lleno de cucharas.
Regis says Raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place. Spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Bueno, esta es otra de las misiones que es para conseguir la Iron Dare. Va, que de las opcionales. No me acuerdo qué virtud te da, pero como yo la voy a resolver esta misión es como el que hay que hacer para obtenerla.
A pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva.
Como yo voy a terminar esta misión, va a ser como hay que hacerla para obtener la virtud de caballero.
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship. Must have graced a rich man's table. She was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe?
Lo que sí que de acá te llevas un montón de cucharas.
No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
¿Qué es esa misión? Ah, mira. Pregunta. Búsqueda de tesoro. Esta es la maldición.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. Right arm bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck. Indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years.
Y ahí necesitamos una llave.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Table's set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.